So this is our assignment, our research method assignment, and it's by Luke and Lynn.
Qualitative data is research that focuses on experiences, interpretations, impressions and motivations.
So an example of this is an interview, but when you're interviewing, it is important to make sure that the participant is comfortable, because if they're more relaxed, the researchers can obtain more useful data.
Qualitative research is used to find out a range of different opinions, and it also helps us explain the differences between data.
Qualitative research is important in the field of sports science because it focuses on sensitive topics such as injuries and illnesses in sport. Therefore, researchers need to make certain assessments of the impact of the research on both themselves and the participants.
Quantitative data is based on statistics and variables. Variables are things that you measure on your subjects, which can be either humans, animals or cells.
So there are two different types of variables, numerical and string. Numerical variable is something with statistics, so like percentages, times and numbers, whereas a string variable is not statistic based, and there are things like gender and eye colour.
Quantitative research is important because it helps to quantify attitudes, opinions, behaviours and other variables.
Quantitative research is important in sports science because it allows researchers to offer more precise decisions, and it also helps them to get a better grasp of the relative importance of that particular incident or event.
Validity is seen if something fits its purpose.
An example of validity would be measuring someone's aerobic endurance in the multi-stage fitness test, as its purpose shows that to show how good someone's aerobic endurance is. Therefore, this test is valid.
There are three types of validity: face, internal and external. Face validity is simple, whether the test appears to measure what it claims to.
This is measured by asking people whether it was a high face validity, meaning the purpose of the test was clear, or low validity, meaning the test was unclear.
Internal validity in sport is when you ensure that you have controlled everything that could affect the results of the study.
An example of this is the technique used, because if you do the wrong technique on a bench press, it will affect the outcome of the workout.
External validity is whether the results can be applied to the real world.
And an example of this would be lab testing in a field-based environment.
Accuracy is a qualitative term, and it is how close something is to the actual true value.
So having low accuracy in sport can be very inadequate, especially in sports where high accuracy is needed, such as in golf, football.
If a boxer has a low accuracy, it could result in them losing the fight, because they're not hitting their opponent in the correct places, therefore they will not be gaining points or even deal enough damage to knock their opponent out. High accuracy in sport is vital for you or your team winning a match. Many sports need high accuracy so that you can either score or hit your opponent in the right places.
Having a high accuracy in boxing is vital, as you need to repeatedly hit your opponent in the correct places to deal enough damage so that you can knock him out.
Precision is the spread of measurement repeatedly, making it consistent. Low precision is where you are unable to shoot or hit in the same place each time, and in most sports, not shooting or hitting in the right place will play a massive part in you winning or losing a match.
In boxing, low precision will affect you massively, because if your punches will not hit your opponent in different places, this will not be able to take you longer to wear the opponent down, making it harder for you to defeat him.
High precision is so vital in sport because you need to be able to do the same thing over and over again so that you can win the match.
High precision in boxing is very important and gives you a better chance of beating your opponent. This is because when you are throwing punches at your opponent and they are precise, it means you will be hitting them in the same place. This will wear your opponent down and give you a better chance of winning. This is our reference page.